What is up, fight fans? I am Jason Burgos for Sherdog.com. I'm joined by a man on the final leg of what has become an unexpectedly long journey to get back into the UFC octagon. On January 16th, he returns to action on Fight Island and on American network television, and ends a 26-month hiatus when he faces Chinese talent Jingliang Li, and that man I speak of is the one they call Henataboa, aka Santiago Ponzinibbio. Senor Boa, thank you for the time to talk this journey back, man.
What's up, my brother? What's up, everyone? Man, I'm so excited. I'm happy to back, after 26 months, 26 months, the happiness, It's 26 months that I feel fucking crazy,
That you really didn't want to go public with everything going on with the infections and all that kind of stuff. Why didn't you want to go more public? Because I know, fighters or even MMA fans, they can be real mean-hearted at times, but they can also be very supportive when someone is having tough times. Did you not want to talk about it openly? Because, mentally, you didn't want to face the fact of how bad it was? What made you keep it a secret so long?
No, that's weird. That's weird, that's complicated. I started in May, infection. I'm so good, training so good. In May, my knee starts swelling, infection. One day, I'm in LA working. I do the broadcasting, the fights. I do this work for my last 5 years. I work in there. I take the plane to back home. I say, okay, I put ice, and tomorrow I feel good. And the next day, my knee's so big. I go to the doctor. He take a couple of fluid in my knee and say to make he said to the laboratory, everything, and say, you're gonna good. You're gonna stay good. I back to home. 2 days after that, my knee's so swollen. I back to the doctor, and he look at me and say, no, man, you have a bad infection. Go to the hospital. In this moment, I go to the hospital. He make a surgery in my knee. He need to clean everything. And I get up in the hospital. They put me a pick line here coming to my heart and started a lot of antibiotics. I stayed in the hospital for 8 days. And they told me, you have an infection in your blood, in your knee. You need to make this bacteria for 7 weeks. They told me. Okay, I start with all treatment. 8 days in the hospital, I go to home. We start with the treatment, supposed to 7 weeks. Antibiotics, after that, PT, and back. For that, no problem. Nothing too big to say to the media. I recover, and that's it. 3 months, I'm gonna back, okay?
Yeah.
I try to explain the most clear possible. When I have 3 days before I finish my treatment, I start with a lot of fever. I call to the doctor and say, doctor, it's normal I have fever. He said, not in at all. Go to the hospital right now. I go to the hospital. When I go to the hospital, they say, no, the medication they give you, they kill all your white gloves in your body system. You don't have defense. Wow. That's very dangerous. Yeah. They put me in the separate room in the hospital. Nobody can go inside.
Wow.
And they try to figure out what is happening. They make a lot of different medical studies. I have the maximum of the fever for 3 days. I can eat and I start to lose. I lose maybe 25 pounds. Wow. In 1 day, I remember, man, the doctor is very scary. They maybe think I'm gonna die. I can though in the face. They don't understand what is happening. They can put my fever down. They start with all treatment. They change the treatment. I stay almost 8-9 days in the hospital. I back to home with another treatment, still with the pig line. Start the nurse going to my home. Mm-hmm. I start with another treatment. Supposed to, the infectiologist doctor told me, okay, we do more 5 weeks. After that, they told me more 2 weeks, mm-hmm. And the time is going. And after 4 months, maybe the medication, the infectiologist guy say, okay, finish with medication. You are supposed to, you're good for the old medication. My knee is still swelling.
Wow.
That part is worse, it's crazy. They start giving me medication for my knee still swelling. And they say, okay, you are good, you can go to make PT. I go to Vegas, to UFC Institute Performance. I start to make PT. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. and I rent a room in the second floor. You know, I need to use anti-inflammatory every day until the May. This is maybe of September,
Oof.
October. I use anti-inflammatory, strong anti-inflammatory every day. And one day I try to not take the anti-inflammatory and can walk. I can go walk to my room to the second floor.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say this for Heather, for the main girl, the Institute Performance, the PT, she told me, no, man, that's wrong. We need to make another MRI. We make another MRI in Vegas. They're going to pass 6 weeks. My muscle is no better. And the doctor in Vegas say I have infection in my bone. And they told me, maybe you can fight again in your life. Maybe your career is finished.
Wow.
I'm so crazy. I say, what happened, man?
Yeah.
I can't believe, man. And in this moment, I remember they announced the fight that I'm gonna fight with Robbie Lawler. I am loud, for that.
Yeah.
That's But in the same way, this I try to explain. I don't know what is happening with my body. I'm scary. I try to figure out what is happening with my body. For this reason, I no go and not say nothing to the media. It's different if you broke the arm. You say, no, okay, you fix your arm, 6 months, you're back. It's okay. This is very crazy.
Yeah.
And the people, I don't understand nothing about the bacteria, but this is a world. It's another world. Some people finish the career. Some people, have antibiotics for years. That's very complicated, and nobody say nothing. When I talk with the infectiologist guy, I ask it, but my knee maybe hurt for all my career. He say, yes, maybe your knee is not normal. We can see how damage the bacteria make inside.
Yeah.
And it's very complicated. For this reason, I don't say nothing. I take at the plane, and the next day when the people told me, the doctor told me this in Vegas, they have infection to my bone, and I back to the doctor start with everything, and he give me a lot of different medical studies, and they told me, you don't have infection in your bone, relax. The MRI looks bad, for you have a lot of scar tissue about your infection, but you're not having infection there, but they need to search what is the happen. A couple of weeks, they figure out I have another problem. The name is arthritis reactive. I go to the rheumatologist, and the guy start to give me a lot of corticoids, and in 3 weeks, my knee back to normal, and I start to fix the PT. But this time is November. I start with May. This time is November. I start to fix other problem. And we start with a lot of PT in November. And end of December, I go to Brazil. My coach, the boxing, living there to try to move in to start to training again good. And I back in February to United States. And I start to train. And I start to feeling better, to recover my muscle. They take a couple months. For 6 months, my leg is not work. I lose all my muscle. And, I'm working so hard. And when I good, I broke my toe. I helping with Dustin Poirier. In the sparring, I give a kick. I broke my toe, my foot. I need to waiting for 3 weeks. When I back, I take COVID for 1 month. I need it out, and a small thing happen. And I am ready to go in October. And they may be October, they may be November, they may be December, they put me for January. This is the whole history for what reason I'm back now.
That's a hell of a journey. Now, going back to how bad it got, that, 103 fever, because when you get a fever that high, that's scary stuff. What is the thoughts that go through your head? Because having an injury that can end a career is terrible. It's heartbreaking. But having a sickness and something going on that you think your life was in jeopardy. I mean, excuse me. What was that life like? What was that like to have that fear? What was it like for your family having that fear? And to come back from those kind of things, that's scary stuff. Not a lot of people can go through that and talk on the other side.
No, man, that's very complicated. They very confuse everything. For this reason, this moment, I'm not going to say nothing. Yeah, that's tough, man. All my family's in Argentina. My mom can come in a couple of days to help me. For I am here alone. The first time in the hospital, I am alone, brother. And I can walk for weeks. For months, I can walk well. She come in a couple of weeks to help me, but she need to back. And man, that's tough time, man. I told you, man. And when I finish Argentina, I dream with my belt, my opportunity, I know I'm ready to do that. Um, and the next day you're fighting for your life, man. That's fucking crazy, brother. But it is what it is. No, it's the life.
Break from the sport, you're gonna be expected to win this fight. I know every fight is dangerous. You never know what can happen. I'm not taking anything away from Lee. He's a good fighter. But are there things Lee brings to this fight that is something maybe you haven't seen before, or you need to be careful? Are there areas that you got to be careful with him at all?
Man, in this sport, you need to be careful always. I really confidence in myself. For I work so hard, man. I in my best moment in my career. I really believe I'm one of the best fighter in this division. I really believe I can knock him out any fighter in this division. But I not subestimate this guy. This guy have a lot of experience. He coming improving all him fight. He have good striking, power right hand. He have good takedown, good defense. He's a completely MMA fighter, and man, I know the respect for him, but I know I'm really dangerous, and I know come out here, I'm finished this guy.
How many wins do you feel you'll need to get back to where you were when you were the 7th ranked fighter in the world? Do you think you will have to win 3, win 4, or maybe a big win here gets you right back in the mix in the top 10, and then you get that name fighter that you deserve to get again?
I don't know, man. First, explain me how was the work, the ranking, and maybe we can figure out what is the count, But hopefully, I finished this guy 8 victories in a row. Hopefully, I came back to the top 10. I think I deserve to make a big fight, But we will see what is the happen. Right now, my focus is not in the rankings. It's not nothing more. For sure, I go into the belt. But right now, my focus in the Chinese guy, and that's everything they take my mind right now.